Hello and welcome to Tech Cubicle on SAP. I am Daryl Griffiths and this is my weekly 180 where I spend 180 seconds on the latest techie news that impacts the world of SAP. At the end, I'll pick my favourite to review in a little more detail in the cubicle. In my SAP techie news this week, FT.com shares news of the SAP Pinnacle Awards 2024 and NTT DATA Business Solutions becoming a finalist in 5 different categories. These annual awards presented by SAP go to the top contributing partners. From 26 categories, the finalists were selected based on recommendations from SAP, customer feedback, and performance indicators. NTT DATA Business Solutions was named a winner in 4 categories, including Grow with SAP, which is SAP's S/4HANA Cloud Public Edition rapid adoption solution for SMEs. NTT DATA Business Solutions has been a Pinnacle Award winner for a decade now. Link is in the description down below. Enterprise Times has an article on Randstad, the global resourcing consulting company switching to Workday. Workday is a long-time SAP competitor in the HCM sector, and the article ponders whether this means Randstad is dropping SAP completely. And I'm not sure this is the case, because I've seen this movement a number of times now. The HCM capability of SAP ERP is dropped in favour of a more modern and usually SaaS-based tool. However, in those scenarios, the core ERP capabilities, such as finance, usually remains with SAP. What do you think? Drop me a comment down below. The Travolution industry site has an article on SAP Concur providing CO2 emission levels to travel bookers. The data is to be provided by Thrust Carbon and will reportedly be visible in the booking section for flights, rail and car travel. The article suggests a recent Concur industry report found 98% of travel managers are expecting travel policy changes to be influenced by internal and external sustainability goals. The original press release on the Thrust Carbon website is from March this year and says that this feature has been available as an additional app in the Concur App Centre since 2021. I've put the link to both sites in the description down below. Diginomica this week had an interesting article on dual code lines between the 2 different S/4HANA Cloud solutions. The article interviewed Jan Gilg, SAP President and Chief Product Officer for Cloud ERP, and posed some interesting questions. One main point in the article that is repeated a couple of times is that SAP see S/4HANA Public Cloud and Private Cloud as 2 different products. Remember, that is how we started when S/4HANA was released. SAP's marketing took quite a long time to ramp up and press home that S/4HANA was not an upgrade on SAP ERP, it was a migration to a new product. Next, the Register suggests that my council tax is being squandered with further delays to Gloucestershire County Council's rise with SAP Go Live. And I can hear shots fired in the comments already because of the bashing of failed ERP implementations, but this one is not failed yet, just delayed. The reported £7.3 million migration missed the original March Go Live and was postponed to the beginning of the new financial year. And I'm not convinced that we should be marking the 6th of April as the actual Go Live here, because a loose term such as the beginning of the new financial year could mean anywhere between April the 6th and the start of the 2nd quarter of the new financial year, which is July. As we know in the industry, a new system go live means a cutover, and cutovers like to be done over long weekends or bank holidays. Finally, the Register again, they love to stir things up, has an article on the SAP Job Losses. It reported 2,600 jobs are to be lost in SAP German operations, with a total of 8,000 globally by Q1 2025. My favourite item this week is the article in Diginomica on S/4HANA dual code lines. This is a great article, and although there are a couple of inaccuracies in the wording, I find it offers some deep insight into SAP's future ideas for S/4HANA. The interview is with Jan Gilg, SAP President and Chief Product Officer for Cloud ERP. In the article, it was clarified by Gilg that there was never an intention for both public cloud and private cloud editions to have the same features and capabilities. I think it's understandable. They are operating differently under the covers, and the restrictions imposed by a SaaS model means that there could never be parity. Take, for example, specific ABAP program calls out to the kernel or the operating system. This is never going to be possible in the public cloud edition. In one of the quotes, Gilg is using the words long tail, which can mean different things in different contexts. In the context of business sales, long tail refers to a graph or chart that shows a low sales volume of mainly different products versus a high sales volume of a smaller set of products. And the graph looks kind of something like that. In this specific context, I have to suppose that Gilg is referring to the multiple capabilities and features embedded within S/4HANA Private Cloud Edition, PCE, with each being used by only a select few customers. Meaning that SAP has to support a diverse code base in PCE compared to S/4HANA Public Cloud. This is confirmed by his statement. Because we have tons of long tail in the PCE, and later, we need all this to ensure a smooth conversion from ECC. So this sounds like the private cloud edition exists because it has to, but it has a defined purpose for existence. And when that purpose is no longer required, could that put an end date on it? In the S/4HANA public cloud product, SAP are probably reluctant to build out the features and capabilities, even if they could, because they want to be able to innovate and push the product instead of having to support these so-called long-tail features that customers may in turn choose to depend on. Towards the end of the article, we get into the most interesting part, and this is something that I've touched on in my LinkedIn comments recently. Gilg refers to the adoption of a clean core methodology as a path to an easier adoption of S/4HANA public cloud. And to me, this has been an obvious point all along. Ever since I heard the words clean core in maybe 2021 in the ERP Experts podcast. I don't think SAP are particularly interested in helping you as a customer have a nice tidy system, or help you use the latest integration capabilities, or saving you a few hours here and there during your release upgrades. The upgrade tooling is already great. You can already make use of the latest integration capabilities without needing to go clean core. You can use some of the ABAP SDKs provided by Microsoft or AWS or Google as just an example. SAP are also not interested in helping you manage different code repositories when operating a clean core. That conundrum is up to you. The whole premise of the clean core mantra is to make it easier in the future to get you, the customer, onto the next product. The next product being S/4HANA Public Cloud. Gilg said himself in the article, S/4HANA Public Cloud is a different product. In my conversations, this has never been something that customers don't understand, once they understand that those are two different products. Maybe we haven't communicated this clearly enough at the beginning. Let's think about it. By 2028, and certainly by 2030, all SAP mainstream supported customers will already be on S/4HANA on-premise or S/4HANA private cloud. Getting those customers to use clean core just makes the move to public cloud so much easier. SAP wants to innovate and push the S/4HANA public cloud product, but the long tail is always there. The long tail, I feel, is S/4HANA private cloud and on-premise customers. Is there a designed obsolescence in the S/4HANA private cloud or on-premise editions? Probably not. Can SAP innovate those products as quickly as S/4HANA public cloud? I don't think there's anything stopping them except for cost. Customers will ultimately pay over time with increased maintenance costs. The final quote from the Diginomica interview with Gilg could be open to interpretation. So we don't force the customer to move away from the private cloud. Did he explicitly not mention on-premise in that sentence? As always, reference links are in the description. Drop me a comment down below, give the video a thumbs up, and most importantly, subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.